This is Drag Race Hangover Podcast, your RuPaul's Drag Race recap show. What happened, who won, who wore what was she thinking, best outfits, and best taglines. We got you, girl. Hosted by nightlife guru Anthony John and on-air personality Alexander Rodriguez. Two queens talking about other queens. Shantae, we're gay. Oh my God, it's the finale!
Hello.
I can't believe we made it through a whole season.
We made it through a whole season, through ups and downs.
Mostly downs. Oh,
Mostly
no.
downs. Oops.
Speaking of downs, I need to take a sip of this before we get started. Anyway,
we're here. Hello.
I just have to tell you, Anthony, I'm giving you a little Ross Matthews meets Carson today. Do you see for the finale?
A little shimmer. You also have
a little shimmer bow. Yeah. We're going to talk about that. It's like, bitch, what was it? Arts and crafts? Anyway, this is your Drag Race Hangover Tipsy recap. We are hungover, as promised. We have a lot to talk about today. I want to introduce my co-host today, Mr. Anthony John, nightlife guru.
Hello. And everyone's favorite drunk aunt, Alexander Rodriguez.
The hilarious Anthony and Alexander.
The hilarious. Everyone's favorite drunk aunt.
We're like the gay uncles the family tells you, like, don't talk to them.
They're like, yeah, he's had a drink. Let's leave Uncle Anthony alone.
Just the one drink? Just the one drink, dear? I don't think so.
He's been drinking again. Mom, Uncle Anthony's been drinking again.
Okay, who are we asking people to tip today?
We are sticking with the Trevor Project. Give.thetrevorproject.org. You can see it on the bottom. Please make a donation. They help out our LGBTQ youth who are in desperate need of mental bullying, school problems. I'm throwing this all out there. They're just really great. We love the Trevor Project, so please donate. Oh.
Yes, we do. Anthony, I'm a little thirsty. I'm a lot thirsty.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's Wig of the Bitch. The last Wig of the Bitch. And you know what?
Wig of the Bitch.
I'm out of wig, so I'm just gonna go with what I love, but I'm gonna give it a little. She's back. She's back. She's had a night. She was in a bag, but I'm gonna put a hat.
Oh, hey, that looks pretty damn good. You look like Julie Andrews on vacation, dear. Oh, well.
Hold on. Okay, so this one, I'm getting a little creative on this one because this is something that I haven't done yet. It's such a good one to do. Get a glass.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually made with emergency.
Oh, so it's healthy.
Yeah.
And it fights Corona.
Meyer Lemon, emergency.
So chic.
You just put that in your glass. I have a nice bevel.
That's a really fancy glass, mister.
Thank you. We stole them from a hotel lobby.
Nice glass.
And you know what I'm doing? It's called water.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Chilled, filtered water. You just pour that right on there because I am so hungover. I cannot actually have a drink right now or I will vomit. So this is what I'm drinking. You can stir
This is our Wig of the Bitch. It's an emergency.
You know what? I'm sorry.
You know what I'm going to call this? Emergency.
Water.
See ya later.
Water. Drink water.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, you want to know what I'm drinking? This is horrific.
Yeah,
it's literally... It's a throwback to the college days. It is cheap vodka. It's all I have left in the house with some Diet Mountain Dew.
Ooh, Diet Mountain Dew.
It is so tasty. I have to tell you, it is delicious.
Good?
It's so good. It is so good. Just try it. And you know what?
It's like half the white trash. It's like white
well,
trash
I am
without the sugar.
Yes, I'm half white. Thank God it's the top half. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. We have so much to talk about. First, I have a bone to pick with you. Do you know how I found out who won this season of All Stars 5?
Oh, no. Is it me?
You bitch.
You know,
I literally have written here in capitals, you bitch.
You know what, though? What happened was, I went on Instagram shortly after, and I saw it all over RuPaul's Instagram. And I was thinking, I remember we had this conversation, I think last week, where
it hadn't even started for us.
I did it, and then like an hour later or something, I saw Mayhem post something about how we actually ruined it.
It was ruined,
too, and it was ruined. And I'm like, first, how was it ruined for you? You were sitting in the audience anyway. But lesson learned.
There's a special place in hell for you East Coast RuPaulians. And in fact, I told myself, stay off of Instagram.
Thing. So how is it not?
I did not look on purpose. And I thought, well, my friend Anthony John, he wouldn't post something like that. And then it was literally the first thing I saw. And I was like, how dare you, bitch? Anyway.
Oh, no.
I was so mad. I was like, I literally put here in big capitals, bitch. No, I was that mad. I was like, well, let's watch the show now, shall we?
Sorry.
Anyway, I'm going to give you just the facts, girl. This is Who, What, Why, Where. The theme was clapback. All of the girls from the season came back for a super cheap version of a reunion. They stuck around for no real reason. The challenge was for the girls to record and perform another hit for RuPaul to make tons of iTunes money for. Guest host or guest judge was Todrick Hall wearing questionable outfits. We got a peek at the recording of their podcast, which was really just a series of sponsor shout-outs. The runway theme was All-Star Eleganza because they ran out of ideas.
Totally.
Totally. And all three queens had to lip sync for the crown. Shay won, but for some reason didn't get to wear the crown. And the rest is history. Those are the facts. I just reported them. Okay. What? Let's start. What did you think about bringing the full cast back? And what did we learn during their super cheap reunion? So cheap that they didn't even have to edit it.
Been left for Untucked.
Right?
I was a little frustrated because I'm like, I don't want to hear what the losers have to say. I felt like an ass about it, but honestly, I don't want to hear. Although it just solidified the whole fact that nobody likes India. Like, holy God! But then Mayhem, she double standard. She went back on what she just said. So she said, "Oh well, we didn't have an agreement," and then, but you vote for me, I vote for you. So it was like this weird.
So, but here's the thing, though. Like Alexis she was proven innocent because she didn't do that, but Mayhem did make a pact with India. But Alexis was honest in everything she said, and India was lying. Like we found out that India was lying.
If you think about it, India, like roundabout way, if Mayhem is right that she didn't vote for India, right?
Yeah.
She voted for herself.
Yeah.
And then they voted Alexis off. 2 people because of her shenanigans.
Oh, girl.
That's upsetting.
You in danger, girl.
Girl, that's upsetting.
Look at how you just said that. Oh, my God. That's upsetting. Call Karen.
That is just a scandalo.
A scandalo. Okay, but do you think that they brought the cast back because the top 3 were so boring together? They were so nice and like, I love you, girl, and I love you, girl. Well, yeah, they were so boring, they needed the whole cast.
Well, I had to look back and Google if they do this every time. Like, I'm thinking, do they do this?
They don't.
It seemed like such a filler.
Yeah.
Like, they just had to fill some time up with the glory hole thing. It made no sense. There was a lot of no sense in this last episode.
Thank you. That's exactly the whole time I thought, what is wrong? They should have spent more time during recording the lyrics for the song. They should have spent more time in the choreography. And then they kept the cast around just sitting there watching rehearsal and then the runway.
It's so weird to me. It was so weird. And by the way, if you're watching us live, you could ask questions. We'll answer questions and all that fun stuff as well. Sorry. But yes, it was like... Yeah, it was just the whole thing was it was a shame, to be honest. And it was, I don't know, just so.
It seemed like a lot of filler. And then at the end, it was like, okay, and then let's wrap up. Goodbye. And it was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So, okay, but what else we found out when the cast came back? We found out Derica and India somewhat made up, although who really cares at this point? I thought of you. The very first person we kind of saw was Derek Barry, and I thought of you. I thought, girl, I know what he's thinking.
Yeah. Well, did you notice when they do their confessionals or whatever, they're back? I call them confessionals because it's still the real world to me. But it's,
no, totally.
They're in the same outfits that they were in when they got kicked off. So they must So I found the whole editing thing on that. It's must be like a month later they do all that.
So I have a little surprise for the show. I talked to Eureka O'Hara this week for an interview for Bear World Digital Weekend, and she told me a few little jewels that I'm going to sprinkle throughout the show, some of the realities. So the producers, they tell you at the beginning, you get to wear one outfit for all of your confessionals, and you have to keep putting that outfit on. Because, and to your point, they want to edit it. If you say something funny later on in the show, but they can use it somewhere else, they'll do that. So they don't want to have to cut around each outfit. They make them wear the same outfit for all their confessionals.
Wow. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yep.
It makes sense now. Thank you
How
for that
about
sprinkle?
Yeah, the little sprinkle, little tinkle sprinkle.
Little sprinkle.
Fun fact. Fun fairy fact. Also, how about Derek Barry saying, "I relic in it"?
But you know
Bitch,
what?
you're not Indiana Jones.
That's kind of the charm of him, though. Well, what I don't like.
Now you're a Derek Barry fan?
No, but it is kind of the charm is that the fact that he's not very bright.
Is that charming? Is that charming, Anthony?
But you also notice when all the queens are around, they have to wear their tagline shirts. It's so annoying to me. And they
dragqueenmerch.com.
Dragqueenmerch.com, but it's like they all had one. I think on Gina had one. Like it says like finally on that All Stars budget or something like that. And then
totally
Derek Barry had one said nobody was killed, which is about the Stonewall thing. The fight he got into. So it's like.
And Balenciaga had one too. I saw the Maria Balenciaga
said I'm that queen or something, right?
From that show. It's like, aren't you that queen from that show?
From that show, yeah. But
girl, no one's asking.
Like it's the same thing as stickers. No one wants a goddamn fucking drag queen sticker. They're all.
I do have to say this week in the mail. In fact, I wasn't aware, but I wanted to dress up for you. I got my Mayhem Miller shirt and pin.
Oh, do you have it nearby? Can I see it?
It's like in my closet.
That's okay.
Yeah,
it's on your ballet.
Hey, Butler, bring it. Butler. Okay. And anything else from the reunion? Oh, how about that Blair said, I didn't think Miss Cracker was a serious threat. She literally said that, but now I find out that she is.
Yeah, she sent your ass home. Blair, why are you here?
Blair, why are you here?
It was kind of frustrating. And when they were doing their practicing, like they were doing their with Todrick, and there's Blair doing all the moves. I'm like, oh, stop it.
Awful. Why? Like, why would you do that?
I love Blair though. Like, so it said something.
Who?
All the queens seem to love her. Like all the queens are like, you're just so young and cute, and you're trying, and you're ready to, and it's like, so if they all love her, then there must be something really.
I think that's their version of bless his heart. Like, yeah. I don't think anybody really, there was no chemistry. There was no real friendship. When Blair kept saying, we're really good friends. And the other queens would just kind of be like, blink, blink. Oh, hi, puppy. Woof, woof.
Continue talking.
Okay, thoughts on the challenge. Clap back. Can I just say.
Another fantastic hit by Mr. Paul Charles.
I'm going to be honest. I listen to a lot of the singles. I have it on my cardio playlist whenever work out. And I like them like Queens of the World is pretty good, right? This seemed like the worst song I have ever heard come out of RuPaul. And I'm trying to be nice. It was completely awful. It was like Dr. Seuss wrote the lyrics.
Wow, you are on one today.
No, but it was bad. Come on, it was really bad.
I didn't really. The thing, and I saw some comments online about that too, and about her music. And does anyone really listen to her music? I mean, but really, do they look at it and go it's not like Lana Del Rey or something? I mean, it's not like she's known for her, But like I mentioned, I think last time, it's like that CoverGirl song or whatever it was. The first one, Supermodel, came out when I was in middle school, and I'm old. Like in 92, 91, 92. So, I mean, people have to put that into, really, she looks fantastic. I was looking at her yesterday as a guy when she was in the workroom.
Yeah.
I'm going, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah,
it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look at Lady Bunny. I'm just kidding. Around the same age. No?
We love Lady Bunny.
I do love Lady Bunny.
Now, do you think it's fair to give harder choreography to the better dancers? We saw that they really put Shay through the ringer because she could dance, and Jujubee, they're like, "Can you just fall back?"
Backwards.
And she was like, "No."
It was disappointing because I think it put Jujubee at the disadvantage because I mean, obviously they train a lot for this. I mean, when you saw the practice and then you saw the real thing, obviously they're doing a lot more than what we're seeing.
Right.
And they were all really good at what they did, but. Yeah, Juju's was fall back, whereas even Cracker was had a real fun little thing, and then by the end, Shay's cartwheeling over people. I'm going, so it did kind of put her in the forgetfuls category of the others were so much better the routine she had, but it wasn't her fault. It was Todrick that did that. So.
Well, I totally agree, and also like the beat and like the lyrics didn't do anybody any good. I couldn't really like understand the lyrics. That weird like slow interlude just wasn't done well. It was just awkward.
I guess it was kind of
awful,
cute how they brought all the girls on at the last second, and they all kind of did like we're all together. I don't know. They're all in it together or some bullshit. I don't know, but it was. I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, yeah, I put it down somewhere, but I forgot. But yeah, in between all that, they did the podcast. Just weird.
So let's talk about the podcast. Basically, it was just a sponsor shout out. They started it off with that sponsor, and then the Tic Tacs, and then
the Tic Tac thing. Was there a reference there about?
I think their sponsor.
That was 10 years ago. So. Do I have to really look back that far to understand what the heck they're talking about?
If anybody knows about what the Tic Tac reference is, let us know, because I really would like to know. But then it was so weird. I think it was Juju B said, "Oh, Ru, I like your jacket that you are wearing. Who made it?" And then Ru was like, Epstein, whatever.
I really didn't understand the whole podcast thing. There's so much I didn't understand. And the biggest ringer of them all was, we'll get to it, but the phone call. What the hell?
Okay, so we never found out what the phone call was. We never found out what the phone call was.
I'm sure it had some sort of connection between the glory hole, the podcast, but they just never brought it in. I don't know. They scrapped it. It's so bizarre to me. Like, how could you rush the finale so much? And it's a discredit to the freaking girls who like work their ass off, and this is it.
But this was filmed like a year ago, so they would have known what the finale episode looked like. So they could have just chopped that part out of last week's episode. I thought it was going to be one
pie to it. Maybe it was Sherry Pie calling her about this new job opportunity.
It was Vegas. That's bad.
It was her accountant talking about the new oil endeavors that RuPaul has. Or someone said, hey, you need to get rid of your Instagram right now. Bad stuff back in 2015.
Well, and the last post that Sherry Pie has on her Instagram is still before the season started, and it's like, look for me on this season. Like, just delete that girl.
Cherry Pie.
Cherry Pie. That sounds good, actually. Like cherry pie and a glass of milk.
Hungry. But
that podcast was super, super boring. And I appreciate what the queens have to say is that drag does celebrate individuality. But now that's what every queen says when they're asked that. And now it's like a practiced answer. You know, I want some originality in some of these interviews. Cue the sad piano music. Cue the, I had a 3-legged dog who died in the river. I mean, it's the same.
And that's the biggest thing that the only gripe, and I actually, you know, I've even though I was Team Juju since the beginning, I've always thought this was Shay's to lose. Like, I saw from the beginning, like, this is Shay's. I want Juju, but this is Shay's. And it just, I love her because she seems like a really good person. Like, she seems like someone who won't be a bitch if you saw her in person. She seems like a really good person. I saw her a lot, and she was on a lot of the like social media out at like some of these protests and stuff like that, speaking. Yeah. And you know, and I really admire her. But the sympathy shit the entire time about losing, like she's the only one who lost.
And they brought it up again.
This is her third time on.
Yeah.
Which I would say, we didn't talk about the biggest shade, but that was the biggest shade when Cracker said to Juju, not good enough in the beginning. Yeah. And
meant it as a joke.
Face. She was not happy. You saw it on Juju's face. Juju was like, because she does the funny, annoyed look. Yeah. But that was not the funny annoyed look.
No, that's exactly right. You knew that she was really pissed off. And then, I'm sorry, that's Miss Cracker's real personality. She tried real hard in the last few episodes to be Miss Congeniality because she was being cast as the villain. And she tried, it's just not sincere. And I felt that Miss Cracker just wasn't passionate. She says, I really want to win. I didn't get that at all.
Cracker was, if she was put, you said Cracker was put up to be the villain?
During the beginning, remember, she was the bitch without feelings, and then she says, "I do have feelings." Tear.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I don't buy it. And you know what's happening is like this could help a queen's career, especially if you're like in India or a Balenciaga, where you're not quite as well known. But then if you go on and do a really shitty job, or you discover a shitty part of your personality, like Blair, I might have gone to see Blair do a musical theater cutesy thing. I have zero interest in going to see Blair work her shift at Wendy's. Like, I have zero interest in it.
Work her shift at Wendy's.
Girl, I wish I could work that Frosty machine. But like, I have zero interest in Blair. I don't care what she does from here on out. And I really liked her in her season. But this season was just ego.
Yeah, it was. But overall, what would you say? How would you rank this season? Do you think this was a good season?
No, not at all.
Not at all. You don't think that it stands up to any other?
No, I thought it was boring, tired, really stretched out in ways, not fleshed out in other ways. Some of the drama, even the challenges, it just seemed very, very flat. In fact, the judges say this was one of our best finales ever.
They say that every time,
but they seem to like really. Even Visage really seemed to mean it. And I was like, did I watch a different show? Like, I literally checked my watch.
I personally think the top three are pretty amazingly strong. Like, I mean, even at the last second there, I was sitting there going, "Oh my God, who's gonna get it?" Like, honestly, I really felt like it could have been anybody's win.
No, I really get that.
But that makes it at least the top three. I thought were good, and I don't think what you're saying has anything to do with the actual queens per se. It has to do with the production and the story, or is it everything? You thought the queens sucked. You thought the whole thing sucked.
You know what? You kind of pinpointed who was going to last the longest from episode one.
Yeah.
And when and we kind of saw that going along. And when that happens, there's no excitement. There's no thrill. There was no big upsets. And I'm sorry, but the facts are, Shay, the last few episodes did not do well. Jujubee, the last few episodes did not do well. So to say that, these are the top three, they didn't do that great. I'm sorry.
I mean, when the fourth one was Blair, who didn't win one thing and was so forgettable, and that was the fourth person, To my
point. So it's not that, it's lackluster, in my opinion.
Right. Well, and you made mention of this before, is like, are we getting bored of the Ru? I mean, are people watching the Ru? Because now they had Britain, now they have Canada at the same time that they're doing the All-Stars. Now they're bringing this Viva Las Vegas debut thing, the Vegas review or something, at late August. And it's just, I don't know. It's a little much. And I think the channel, VH1 or whatever, is ruining it for a lot of people. Because who the hell has VH1? Like, put the shit on YouTube and let's just make this work. I don't know. Like, make it accessible to everybody. I don't know. I get what you're saying, because I think I was the type who's like, no, I think we're okay, but, it's one thing when you would go to the bar on a Friday to see RuPaul and everyone got together and it really helped.
That's a really good point.
But
and then you were
stuck in our homes.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, because you don't have the distractions to get with your friends and laugh and enjoy like the one-liners. To be like, girl, look at that one-liner. You're at home and you're like distracted by your phone, or whatever. That's a really good point. Plus, we're used to seeing the queens at our local clubs performing, right?
Right.
Like in between each week, like if they got voted off, you would see them performing at Mickey's or the Abbey somewhere the next week, and you could go and enjoy that kind of energy. And now that's a really good point. Maybe it's just boring on its own.
It's kind of boring on its own because you're just sitting at home talking to the TV screen, and it's definitely not the same of being on your fifth drink at Boxers in Hell's Kitchen, for the 2-for-1 night, and being
I love me some Boxers,
waiting for it, and you got to get there at 6 to get a spot, and the drag queen, whatever her name is like, kind of bitter she's not on RuPaul.
Yes. That's exactly right.
You miss it. You don't even have to be a fan of it. It's just that energy that we're missing.
Yeah. Really good point. Now, are you excited for the?
See what happens when I'm not doing shots before the show?
Are you excited at all for the Vegas reality show?
No.
Okay, this is where we kind of disagree, because I'm a Bravo TV whore. Real Housewives of Walmart, I'm there for it. So I'm excited to see, as long as it's not overproduced, and I have a feeling it's going to be overscripted and overproduced. I could tell right away.
That's what I'm going to look at it and say, like, okay, this isn't an Andy Cohen production, okay? It's going to be whoever, VH1, who put a telephone call in and forgot to edit it out. It's like, I think it's going to be, and even some of the like commercials for it, it's got I forgot their names, but they're like laying on the roulette table, just throwing, or the craps table, just throwing. I'm going, oh, this is going to be so choreographed,
The only
in cahoots at Caesars Entertainment, and
yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a money maker for sure for Ru.
Totally,
but
I think it's going to.
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I think it's going to make the queens that participate. I think Derek is going to save his career by doing this because there's going to be there's going to be a lot more memes and gifs that come out of it because we're seeing them in their housewives kind of own personality rather than in a competition. So, but then we see like Miss Vanjie making out with Cameron Michaels. That's like watching your two cousins make out at a reunion. It's uncomfortable.
Wasn't Vanjie and Vanjie and
Brooklyn Heights? Yeah, in fact, Brooklyn tweeted something. Huh? Well, you could tell Vanjie's like a walking tunnel of love. And Alexis is in the back. ¿Cómo? ¿Qué? ¿Cómo?
¿Cómo? I don't understand.
Okay, let's talk. Let's start with the runway. The runway was All-Star Eleganza, which I don't even know what that refers to. And then they had the full cast down the runway. Again, why? Just make time?
Was another thing I had to Google. I'm like, is this something they do every time? But I've been to finales. I was at the physical finale for Bianca Del Rio, and they did not have all those queens there.
No, they never do.
They're in and then when they do the actual crowning with Ru, they're in the audience somewhere with their families or whatever. But it's like, it was again very bizarre to me. Why are they there?
And then watching the rehearsal,
what they're doing, I don't know. Maybe that was the call. I don't know. But it was weird to me because then, the only good thing though is you got to look at it, and I kept to go, oh look, it's Alexis in a fucking flamenco outfit again. Oh look, it's India in a damn bodysuit again. Oh look, And so for that matter, I was like, okay, fun. I get to make fun of them one last time. But
it was
Blair
just
great. But it's like, but when Juju stepped out, oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry. That was one of the hottest freaking outfits I've ever seen on RuPaul.
Okay, so let's talk about outfits that slayed. Oh, but real fast, I have a fun fairy fact about the runway. Oh. So I asked Eureka, you know how we hear like the judges funny? The hilarious judges, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know like for Hollywood Squares, they gave each contestant either to tell a joke or give the fact or give like a ruse, right? Right. And I'm like, these judges are funny, but like to be that and then to have it recorded perfectly without over talking. So Eureka says that they have to walk the runway twice. The first one, walk it, and there's no comments or anything. And then the judges, I guess, write their little comments, they discuss, and then they have to walk the runway again and pretend like it's the original runway. They have to do it the exact same way in the same position. So that's a little, and also you're allowed 4 suitcases at 50 pounds each. And that's it. They weigh the suitcases when you come. And Eureka's like, that's not fair. He says, I'm a big girl. One of my dresses is 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
So,
well,
okay.
I was always told that was like off the cuff humor, and it was actually their humor. So I guess it is. It's just they get a moment to think about it, but
which makes sense. I always think of the funniest things to make after the fact.
Right? Yeah. I mean, because they seem pretty spot on all the time, and some of the people, especially some of the judges they have on, aren't really that funny. So they do say some funny things. So maybe they're getting a little, maybe the hilarious Ross Matthews giving someone like a little hint or something, to say yes.
Yeah. Didn't Todrick?
I think Juju looked insane. I really did. I think she looked amazing. I think Cracker looked great, but to me, did it not look like a little bit of like a Marie Antoinette meets a squid? A little bit. I thought it was a squid like head, right? Didn't it look like a squid head? And she's like, I'm just so proud of my Russian roots. I'm like,
I didn't get Russian or Jewish roots at all. Do you know what? That's funny. I wrote down kazoo. She looked like a pearl kazoo. Because you know how they're shaped like that. And again, her goddamn proportions. Get a chest or less thighs. A squid that actually does it perfectly, and she kind of dances like a too.
She should have tentacles or something.
She has tentacles.
Beautiful, I thought. She was kind of stunning.
So, but you would say that Jujubee won that look for you?
To me, yeah. But again, I love Jujubee a lot. But I just love like It was so good, and I mean with the nails and it was, you could tell it was like that whole ode to her heritage. Maybe I don't know. Now I'm just talking, but yeah, I mean it was really nice. What about you?
Okay,
What do you?
well, we're gonna disagree. I thought the best outfit I thought was Shay. Even though I'm hard on Shay for like the rest, but I thought the outfit, not only did it have a great story, and seeing that picture of his mom at prom in that outfit, I thought it was so like 60s glam. I loved it. I thought it was finally glamorous. Shay has tried to be glamorous in the past and it just doesn't kind of work. I thought it actually clicked into place, and I thought the look was so good. You're gonna hate it. I thought the worst outfit was Jujubee, not because it didn't look amazing and breathtaking. It was basically a bodysuit that was really well accessorized. There was the crown that was like a costume crown. There was long nails, and then there was jewels on it, but it was a bodysuit.
So and Shay wore fabric with a bow. I mean, you can't simplify it like that. They're beautifully done. They're very well made.
It was eleganza.
The bodysuit looked really, really nice.
It was eleganza. Shay's outfit could have been on the cover of Vanity Fair, and Jujubee's outfit would be on the cover of like Athletics.
Shay also did that red dress during the comedy thing. I mean, she obviously has some really nice designers out there making some beautiful dresses for her. So it's like, I mean, Shay had a bodysuit with her nipples that one time.
Yeah, and it was like, oh my God, it's breathtaking. It's life-changing.
It's lifelike.
It's simply decadent.
Anyway,
hey,
yeah,
did you think something was off with Todrick Hall? He seemed off. His choreography was, but he looked
kept, like looking over.
And then
I don't know.
He
I
just
mean,
looked
it's
off
Todrick
to me.
Hall. I mean, at least he had dancers on the stage with him.
There was a shit ton of dancers. They were all hot. I loved that they had female dancers in there too. I really liked that.
No, it was good. I mean, to me, at the end of the day, I don't think it was, I don't know, it was just lackluster at the end.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was okay with Shay winning. It's kind of like it is what it is. But I mean, I don't, looking back, I mean, it's just like hard to think that anyone else could have won with the field of people they had.
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It like it just wasn't that great of it wasn't
and
like the All-Star
story. You can't keep going on with the sob story and then not win.
Yeah.
She's talking about like suicidal thoughts from losing last time, and you're gonna what? Like,
see, I'd be the asshole judge that would like. I mean, not to make light of it, but like I would lighten the mood or something. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
Put my foot okay, but let's talk about the lip sync assassins. Were all three had to compete.
Yes.
Like that was a big surprise. I knew that was going to happen.
Yes. What song was it again? It was who was it? Janelle Monáe. I can't even get the words out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was an okay song. It was better than the Reba.
But
yeah.
I was like, I mean, talk about with the cracker boobs,
Her boobs broke.
Waiting for it to go. I'm like,
you saw like some little like tendrils.
I'm like, what was this? I mean, at least have a flag come out. Like,
you could tell that they didn't work because she was like, oh, and there was like this little wimpy smoke
like,
that came out.
Smoke. I think it was glitter. Her glitter tits.
Dude, that was a boob malfunction. Why didn't people make more of a bigger deal about it? Her boobs
again, it's like it's the finale. You've got Shay doing the robot.
Yeah, I was like
doing the robot. I'm going.
That's the best.
I was expecting the hair to come off and be like violets.
So, how awesome would that have been? And especially they had time to change.
Copied it, but it's like.
It was boring.
And then there's Cracker doing the same roles. She does that little role. I'm like, so I actually, again, I thought Juju won that as well. But because she was given it and she was huffing and puffing at the end. And I don't know, whatever. I don't know. My opinions don't matter.
Of course, everybody's opinion.
Which brings me, what is the judges panel? It's not really, it's like a critique panel. They're not judging anything, are they?
Yeah, because, it's literally a critique.
Anything. Ru sits there, they talk, and then Ru makes a decision.
And Ru even said, I have decided, it would be interesting if the judges could vote. Like if it was up to them.
Like The Voice or some, where they literally put up numbers.
Hey, this is a really good idea because they obviously need some new things. What if the judges had one veto per season? That if RuPaul says you're up for elimination, a judge can say, I'm going to use my veto for this contestant.
That would be great. I mean, but there's usually 3 other judges, 3, sometimes 4, right?
But if like the main judges, they only had one veto for the whole season.
Like the guest ones.
Yeah, no, not the guest. And once they use it, they use it. And so if you're up for elimination and not one judge sticks up for you, then you're like, girl, I really suck.
It would be used a lot. It would be used like every time there was any dog's going crazy at my feet. Every time there was, stop it, bitch.
Sammy.
Bitch. Yeah, but I think it would be used a lot, like, and then we'd be like, oh, she's using her freaking veto again. But I think that would be really good.
No, but you can only use it once. Idea. Yeah, and only once. So if you use it episode 2, you can't use it for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but I don't know if they want to get on Rue's bad side. But it's all choreographed anyway.
We need some new, fresh, whatever. I love Carson, but he's never really that funny. He's never really that anything. Ross Matthews.
The lines.
Yeah.
Beautiful. But yeah, no. Other question about RuPaul. I mean, there's word. I mean, how long do you think she's gonna stick around? Because there's now word. Like, have you heard like rumors and word that she may be thinking about moving on and something else coming in her place, kind of like they do in Canada, where she's not even involved, and England. I don't think she's even involved in England either. But like, I heard that there may be a. But can you imagine the show going on without her?
You know what? I actually can.
In her place or something.
Not now, but in 2 years, yes. Like it couldn't happen this next season. No.
Oh, yeah, no.
But
I'm saying, but
enough.
It's on the horizon.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. There's some, there's some huge personalities coming out that are politically and socially involved. Like Bob the Drag Queen is giving great interviews left and right. He's making a big name for himself on We're Here. Somebody younger with that kind of involvement on social media in public, I can totally see the brand doing that. And I think Visage would have a big part to do with that. If Visage was in charge with some new judges, I think that was a show that'd be a show that I would still watch.
So you're not going to watch it anymore? Is this it?
No, of course I'm going to watch. You know what I would really love, though, is how we're having the Vegas reality show? I would love to see more of that on a regular season. I want to see them because they work until about 5 p.m. in the afternoon, and then they have to go to their hotel. They can go by the pool. They can practice their dances, whatever they want. I want to see that interaction. I want to see sometimes, apparently, they get drunk at night, and then there's like fights that happen or hookups. I want to see that reality during the season because you're not just judging them on a stylist look. You're judging them on how they conduct themselves.
Well, and I think that's what this Vegas review is. It's gonna scratch that itch for you because we know how itchy you get.
Girl, I took some penicillin for that. Hey, how come there was no previous somebody to crown Shay? They gave that half-assed video, which I thought was going to turn into a joke or something, and it just kind of sat there.
Which is weird because I could have sworn I saw somewhere on Monet's social media about her being there.
Well, she was a lip-sync assassin.
No, like as in I saw it like before the show last night.
Yeah, that was
something
weird.
About her excited to be there to show the girls how to. Maybe I could find it right now, but it was just odd, and that there was no previous winner, even from like the first All Stars. Just give her the damn scepter, and how come they didn't put the crown on her? By the way, it was so half-assed. The ending was like, "Okay, you're the winner. Weird.
Goodbye."
The whole thing is weird. I'm trying.
But at least we know.
I could have sworn Monet made mention of something like that on her, and so I was expecting her to show up again.
Yeah, and then I didn't video from her and Trinity.
Like, what about Miss Congeniality and stuff? I mean, when does that get released? Do they do that for All Stars?
I don't think they do that for All Stars.
They don't?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't know. This season was just like they tried to rush it together, and I think because they were putting this other Vegas show together, they were worrying about celebrity.
They got a lot going on right now, and it's a bit much. Because I actually want to watch the Canadian one. I heard it's really good.
Everybody loves it,
good, but I haven't seen it at all.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
know
we'll
where
have to see if we're going to add it to our rotation. We still haven't decided if we're going to add the reality Vegas to our
we're not
rotation.
Sure. We'll see. We'll see if you have time.
I love some drama. Okay, what did you?
It'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun. I just don't know if there's a competition involved, or we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. What did you learn from the finale of Drag Race Hangover?
From this?
Yeah.
Like from our show? What did I learn?
Oh
from our show?
No, from
you're an alcoholic.
From the finale. Yeah. Sorry. It's my vodka Mountain Dew speaking.
Vodka Diet Mountain Dew. What I learned, I mean, I think you've asked me this before on like what I've learned before of Drag Race. I don't know. I don't learn anything. It's entertainment. It's not that serious. It's I don't know. I don't really learn anything from these. I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, that's it. If you have a sob story, you're probably going to get, a little bit more further along, And if Alexis was actually planning to get rid of Shay, looks like she had good reason. Good reason. But
all right.
That's it. I mean, I don't know. I was a Juju fan from the beginning. I'm still a Juju fan. I'm happy to see like the older queens come back and rock it. But I'm really happy that Shay won. I mean, I think she's got a great heart to her, and I'm really excited to see because, frankly, I think the season 12, just everything about it was so off because of quarantine, because of Sherry Pie, because of everything that, unfortunately, the winner is kind of got pushed aside, and and I think this is getting more attention in my mind than even the regular season, which is weird. I don't know if that's a learning thing. I don't think I answered your question at all.
You've grown so much.
What did you learn, Alexander Rodriguez, from Alexander is on Air?
I learned that a little relic on your hot dog can go a long way. Let's get that relic out.
You asked that fucking question. I think it's a serious question. I didn't know you were going to come back with a joke. Ugh. Every time.
Relic.
What the hell is backyard eleganza? That's what I learned. What the hell is backyard eleganza?
Oh, my Lord. I know what backdoor eleganza is.
Pig in a wig.
Pig in a wig. All right, well, I guess this is it for our very first season of our recap. And for our last episode, you can find us on iHeartRadio. We're now on iHeartRadio.
Beautiful. iHeartRadio. We're on YouTube, obviously. You can find us on Apple, something. All these. Yeah. And this was just our first season, so we're coming up with new ideas to bring you bigger and better shows. And who knows, you might see us for the Vegas show. Who knows? If the world opens up again, maybe we'll be in Vegas. Look how excited Alexander just got. I did. I'm thinking backstage interviews. It's like, wait a minute. There's places where the road never ends. Take you there, Anthony. It's at the buffet. Thank you very much. Okay, where can everybody find you? They can find me on Instagram at Mr. Anthony John or on my business Facebook, which is Anthony John Presents. And yourself? Fabulous. You can find me on Instagram at On The Rocks On Air, and you can listen to my other podcast with celebrities and cocktails on therocksradioshow.com. Also, just a quick plug, I interviewed Eureka O'Hara for Bear World Digital Weekend. We talked about body positivity, growing up as a big girl. So go to bearworldmagazine.com for that. And that's, I guess that's it. I'm going to go buy some relic at the grocery store. That's never going to get old. I'm going to sleep, bro. I'm going to sleep. It's 2:45 p.m. I'm going to sleep. All right. Thank you so much, Alexander. It was a pleasure, and we will hopefully see again live on social media. Yes. Right, baby. Okay. Bye. That was your Drag Race Hangover. Catch all of our episodes at dragracehangover.com or your favorite podcast player. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube, Drag Race Hangover, and on Twitter at Drag Race Ho. Enough said. Until next time, sashay away.